everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of the County Seat. I'm Chad Booth. It's summer, and you're enjoying your vacation. And all of a sudden, you get some unwanted guests. And the worst part is, they won't leave. What do? Well, if those unwanted guests are a family of raccoons or a band of feral cats roaming the neighborhood, your answer would probably be call animal control. Well, today we're going to take a look at animal control and the broad range of community support for public health and safety and compassion that they bring to the table. But first, we're going to look at another unwanted intruder as Terry Wood takes us out on a vampire hunt. Vampires in Utah?
Well, with everyone else cashing in on the vampire fad, Chad, we're going to do it too today. Now, you have to have a wooden stake and garlic to go after those types of vampires that you see in the books and movies. However, the blood-sucking creature we're going to hunt today, you better have DEET.
Oh, you little... They have Latin names like Aedes vexans or Culex tarsalis, but to us non-scientists, they are mosquitoes.
This mosquito abatement program all over the state of Utah, all over the world, all over is to protect the people. It's a health issue. Some of the departments work directly with the health department. Our health department gives us lots of support, but we're trying to keep people safe. There's many, many mosquitoes out there. We have 14 different ones in our county. We have the Culex tarsalis that causes West Nile. We have the one that used to do the malaria. We have the ones that carry the heartworm that's bad on the dogs and causes that, and we're just trying to make people safe. And we don't spray just for something to do. We're taking care of people and animals' health. That's our job. We're responsible for every person in this county.
Health and safety of the community is the priority for Mosquito Abatement Manager John Johnson. In the spring, mosquitoes are managed by treating areas of standing water with larvicide. But then comes the summer. Supper time for these little bloodsuckers. Each night during the summer, Johnson's mosquito abatement crew goes out and checks traps located throughout the county. The skaters are then brought back to the office and examined to see what species is hanging around what specific area.
We're starting to get not just the pest mosquitoes, but we're getting the ones that cause West Nile, like the Culex tarsalis, and they're the ones with the striped legs.
And when they find enough mosquitoes in a certain area, and the temperature and wind are just right, it's time to spray.
We spray 5 ounces per minute, and we're allowed by law to spray up to 8 ounces, so we're just barely over half.
The last thing we want to do is expose the public to pesticides when it's not necessary.
Now, there are also some unique tricks of the trade that are used to determine how big the skeeter problem is in a given area.
See the horses in the middle of the summer, their tails are hardly swishing at all. That means there's nothing buzzing around them. Usually those tails are just going. You take a look at this, doesn't look like anything. It's an old treatment plant, but come right over here and take a look down and listen as I drop the rock. Okay, here we go. You hear that? There's probably about 3 feet of mosquito-infested area down in there. Each year I climb down in here and I open the lid and I put larvicide in there, the lid over there. Then I walk around the edge and do larvicide, and that helps with the problem.
Last year, floods in Sevier County kept the mosquito department very busy. This year, however, has been a different story.
It's a dry year, but a lot of times on a dry year, you have more West Nile than you do on a wet year because the mosquitoes are all congregated in one area.
So, John, you really are kind of a vampire hunter, right?
No. Now that's another story for another day.
Or maybe for another night. For the county seat, I'm Terry Wood.
Well, Terry indicated that spraying in Sevier County didn't actually start until mid-July, which is quite a bit later than usual because of the mild weather. However, in areas like Texas, where they are currently spraying, they have an outbreak of West Nile virus due to the extremely wet weather. So weather has a big impact on mosquito abatement. Well, stay with us. We're going to turn our attention to the broader scope of animals and animal control when we come back here on the county seat.
Have you ever wanted to go on a vacation to Mars? What about a visit to the Old West? Impossible, right? Well, forget what you think is real. In southern Utah's Kane County, other worlds are just an ATV ride away. The Old West lives on in every sunset. From the downtown streets of Little Hollywood to the vistas that have inspired the world. Never find yourself closer to home and yet farther than you've ever been. Southern Utah's Kane County, where anywhere is possible.
Industry is the symbol of Utah. Beauty is what makes it unique. Nowhere else are these two qualities exemplified, like in Uinta County. Oil and gas extraction, pioneer history, the spirit of hard work and integrity that feed our state. Built in the middle of the most spectacular backdrop in the West. Isn't it time you found the balance you've been looking for? Uinta County, Utah, where industry meets inspiration.
Rediscover your sense of adventure. Welcome to San Juan County. Discover the past. A change of place. Utah's San Juan County, where life is elevated.
Unlimited opportunity for adventure. It's all about knowing where to look. ATV adventures, rock crawling events, art festivals, and wildlife events. The opportunities are limitless. Pick your adventure in Miller County.